Hey folks, Landstryder here, and you're watching episode 24 in my playthrough of Horizons. This pack's available on the Feed the Beast launcher. So real quick, Horizons has recently updated to a new version. It's not gone quite recommended yet, but there's a problem. So if you do not want to play with Java 1.8, you prefer Java 1.7 like myself, because Java 1.8 causes all kinds of rendering issues with me and occasional crashes. I will not play it until they work those out. We'll not play with Java 1.8 until they work this out. Problem is, the FTB launcher will not allow you to launch Horizons without having Java 1.8. So what I've done is I've taken the pack and moved it over into multi-MC, and that's how I'm loading my Horizons now instead of running it from the FTB launcher. So just note that if you want to stick with your 1.7 Java and continue playing Horizons with 1.7 Java, that's how you're going to have to do it, I guess, unless they decide to roll that back.
Can I throw something in there, Lane?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you're saying 1.7 and 1.8 for Java, but it's actually just Java 7 and Java 8.
It's what he said is absolutely correct. It just, when you look at the version number on their website, they list it as 1.7 and 1.8. But yeah, Java 7 is what I prefer to use, and when I try to use Java 8, I get some rendering issues and some crashes. So I'm not going to go to Java 8 until they work those out.
It's not for everybody either, because I run on Java 8 and I run just perfectly fine.
Yep, I think it does matter about what kind of video card you're using and what processor, and your entire your hardware specs and what software platform you're running it on are going to determine whether or not that's the right choice for you. I mean, it's not. I don't have any prejudice against it. It's just, for my system, Java 8 doesn't work. So anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Let's move on to let's get a little updates here. So what I've done, you remember last episode, or an episode or so ago, we made some crystals. I think it was just last episode. Well, it was before the dragon episode. I made some crystals using a crystal former, and those take a lot of power, a lot of MRUs in order to be able to harvest them. Let's go take a look outside at what I did to work that out. So down here.
Let me go sleep real quick so I can make it a day for you.
That'll be nice. Some witches out here. Witches.
There you go.
Alright, anything else nearby that's going to sneak up on me while I'm trying to show you this? No, doesn't look like it. Not too bad. Nope. I don't think those guys are going to make it anyway. Okay. So over here, I've got my crystal extractors. Remember, I made these guys, and I kind of had it set up there. What it amounts to is... T-Fox, go away. What it amounts to is that one extractor is really only capable of extracting from one crystal. Unless you have a large amount of power. And I apologize, that thing is very noisy when I'm near it. I didn't realize how noisy it was until I had my headphones on. So yeah, the extractors pull out the essences out of these crystals. Now, each one of these crystals has different stats. I don't know if they continuously change, but these over here will read the stats. You can see this one's got 5% water, 4% earth, 3% air. I've put in this air essence in order to give it a better chance of producing air essence. But I think that actually only works while the crystal's growing. Like it'll affect it while it's growing. I've been able to get a good amount, or a good mixture. Wow, this has got quite a bit of essence in it. I've been able to get a pretty good mixture of essence. And these things use like 100 MRU per tick, which is why I've built this thing over here. It's very loud, very noisy. And if you get near it, it deals some pretty good damage. So you don't want to get near it. It deals you chaos damage. I originally built this lens hoping that I could solar power my crystals. And that does produce some power. The problem is it only produces power right around noontime, only for a short period of time. And when it does that, it actually sets everything nearby on fire, including you if you happen to be nearby. So, ended up building that because this produces power all the time. This is kind of like electricity and out of MRU. It's kind of just free MRUs all the time. It's just kind of dangerous and very noisy. Backing up into cactuses. So that's why it's down here, away from the base, because I didn't want anybody accidentally getting hit by it, and the noise is atrocious. I think it produces around 200 to 300, maybe 400 MRUs at a time. So these all don't get full power all the time. You see that one's empty. That one's empty. These are all actually empty right now. These ones empty out. It's kind of weird. It just kind of randomly sends power to the different... All these crystals are bound to that over there. It works most of the time. And obviously I've been getting a lot of essence from it. So that's how I'm getting my essence. And that is how I'm going to make my wind. I think, what is it? Wind talisman? What's it called? Wind tablet. You can actually see that if I hover over the wind tablet NII, I've actually gained a little bit of the name. See those question marks down there where it says wind name? Once all those question marks are cleared and I have the full name of the wind, I will be able to use that tablet to be able to open the portal to, what is it called? I forget what it's called.
Something about Honoa or...
Hoana. Thank you. That was a good enough reminder. It's the portal to Hoana. So in order to help me get those wind relation points, I've actually got a Wind Mage's Talisman, so I'm going to go ahead and wear that instead of this MRU Deconstructor. I'm not using my rifle too often, so I can easily afford to wear that talisman. Because the Deconstructor, Portable Matrix Deconstructor, just so I can power my guns from Essential Craft. I'm just going to put that away for now. Now, if we look over here, you can see that I've collected quite a bit of all these different essences. And those are going to be necessary in making some of the devices, especially the Wind Tablet. Wind Tablet requires these windy focuses, which require these elemental fuels. And there we go. That's why you make that. There's different tiers of the essence: common, uncommon, rare, and exceptional. And what the difference amounts to is that for common will only get you one wind essence. Actually, you can see that I've already made some air elemental fuel. Let's go back and look at that air elemental fuel. Commons will only get you one. Uncommons will get you 4. Rares will get you 8. And the exceptional ones will get you 16 out of 4. So that's the only difference between them. Let's see, I need 4 of these. They don't stack. 2, 3, and 4 to make my tablet. There's the rest of the recipe is magic fortified plates and a trapped wind. I'm pretty sure that I've got some extra magic fortified plates hanging about, and definitely have some trapped wind that I've gotten from wind mages. I'm killing those guys. And can I possibly shift click this? Probably can't. But we'll try. Nope. So if I do that, no, it's not even going to put a shadow of it in there for me. Pretty sure these were like this, and these were in the corner. And there we go. Now I got my wind tablet. And I can keep an eye on how close I am to learning the name of the wind. Once I've learned the name of the wind, like I said, I'll be able to travel to Hoana and start collecting void stuff and other really cool treasures and exploring that land. But that's not what we're going to be focusing on today. We've got something else to do today. That's pretty much, I just wanted to update that before we got into the really cool stuff that we're about to do. So we've loaded up our schematic mod. one of my favorite mods, especially for building very large projects, especially for things like what I want to do specifically. So what we want to do is, if we look out here, we've got this nice kind of disc that's just kind of floating up in the air. It doesn't look like too much of anything right now. We're going to take and move all this magic stuff away, move it off, get rid of it. I mean, not get rid of it, but just move it to a new location where we're going to focus on doing magic. I'm not sure where that location is yet. We haven't even looked or thought too much about it. But the main thing is that we are going to skin over this entire base with a schematic of the NX-01. That is the Enterprise from the Scott Bakula series, where Scott Bakula was the captain of the Enterprise when it's like before the Kirk time and before all the Next Generation stuff, like way back the very first Enterprise.
Yeah, so, that's called just Star Trek Enterprise.
Yeah, it's called Enterprise. I don't think, yeah, Star Trek is the franchise. Anyway, thing is I've gotten myself a schematic for that. And let's see if I can load it up. And I have to give it the right coordinates so that it covers it up just perfectly. 111, 224, and then negative 2346. There we go. That's going to cover up our base perfectly. This one actually has an interior. This schematic is a modified schematic. This one originally was made. So there's a little bit of most of the exterior is wool. Like good high portion of the exterior is wool. And what we'll be doing is we're going to be placing the wool, allowing it to place the wool in. And then we'll go back and use the digital miner to swap that wool out with whatever block we decide to be the final block instead of the wool. So it'll probably be some kind of carpenter or some kind of chisel or Z-tones block that looks like the ship's exterior more. But you can really see, and it takes a moment for it to load in because it's a really big schematic. It's not as big as the other schematic. You may have noticed that when I brought up my list of schematics, we also have schematics for a Deep Space Nine space station at half scale. And that is, we're thinking about putting that up in the asteroid belt. It is immensely huge, though, so I'm not 100% sure we're going to want to take on such a large project. We're going to think about it. It definitely would be cool if we do. Obviously, this is much bigger than our current base. Our current base easily fits inside the portion up here, and you can see that as I'm flying through it, it does in fact have a completed interior, or a fairly complete interior. And like I said, that interior was done. Let me bring up the my chat here. I typed it in the chat so that I wouldn't forget these guys' name. Buzz66Boy did the majority of the interior and everything. I think the original hull was encoded by monumentously. Hopefully I said that somewhere near correct. He has a bunch of schematics on Planet Minecraft for all kinds of spaceships from the Star Trek series. Lots and lots of them. And I think he has some schematics for some other spaceships from other series. So check him out if you're looking for a hull like the ones on Monumentously. He's got like some kind of way to easily encode them from Google mockups or something like that. Google, what's the thing that Google lets you draw with? 3D models. Do you know?
I don't.
Anyway,
know.
He's got an easy way to make them. What he has is just the hulls available on his site, and he allows you to download those and use them for whatever you want, which is really cool of him. So that is super awesome. So everything on top of the disc down in there, on top of our base is going to go away, including all of these wind turbines. And then we were going to pretty much try to meld in. I'm not too worried about the interior. I just want the exterior to look like the ship, and then I'll worry about maybe adding some interior stuff later, and trying to make it meld with what we already have in there. But yeah, we're going to be doing this over the next episode or two. So suddenly we're going to be having the NX-01 as our base. That's going to be pretty awesome, I think, in the end. So, all right, on to the actual adventure for today. Let me clear this. There we go. That's clear.
You do want to warn your viewers that I might catch fire occasionally.
Yeah, he's still got some matrix damage, because until we get to Hoanna, this thing over here, this altar right here, is a what's it called? A soul pentacle. It will repair. Yeah, there he goes, catching fire randomly. It will repair different things. And if we look at what's so what happens is he's gotten shot with my rifle a few times. Maybe once or twice on purpose, and maybe possibly a few more times on accident. So we need to repair him. So the MRUs and the MRU guns will deal matrix damage to a player. So you got to repair that with this special altar. Now, Tier 1 will repair body damage, and he had some body damage, and we repaired it. Tier 2 will repair mind damage, and this is what we have. We have a Tier 2 altar right now, and we can repair mind damage. The problem is, to repair actual matrix damage, you need a Tier 3, and in order to make the Tier 3, we need void stuff, which is in Hoanna. So until we get to Hoanna, we can't fix him, unfortunately. Only make him worse. Sorry, buddy. But that, again, is for another episode. Right now,
yes,
we are about to head to Mars. So we got our Tier 2 rocket over here. It's all fueled up, ready to go. We only got the one this time. I think that's because it's kind of expensive, or...
Very expensive to make. Lots of meteoric iron. We didn't have enough for me to make one for me. So I'm going to stay back here on Overworld. And then once you get to Mars and get the transporter set up, I'm going to transport up.
So yeah, the transporter will be the first priority once I get there. So let me go ahead and grab my extra space gear here that I usually leave off, unless I'm actually in an environment that requires it. And everything else we've put in our modular storage. So that's all in here. You can see I've got all the different parts. I've got the oxygen bubble distributor. We're going to be using a bubble instead of a sealer this time. So we can just have an open area. There he goes, burning up again. Got the teleporters and things, and I've also got my modular storage, an extra transfer node, and somewhere... Where did I put it? I could swear I put one of the things in here. Make sure I have an extra one here somewhere. Where did they go? Should be here. Oh, I know why. I know why I can't see them. Because whenever I open this, I'll accidentally press E all the time, and that like eliminates some of the things in there. It filters it out. So there we go. Yeah, the ender receiver. I do have one in there. All right, we're ready. We're good to go. All right, well, buddy, I will head up there and get that set up.
See you soon.
Lifting off in 18, 17. Anyway, I'm not going to do the full countdown. We're about to blast off, though.
Heading to Mars.
Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. Again, I'm not going to do much to steer it or anything. I'm just going to let it go, and I'm just going to go straight on up. And check out the view. Hey, you can see that bridge that we built over there. Maybe over on that little area. Maybe on one of the other plateaus or something we should put our magic something. He wants to do some blood magic. Wow, that got into space much faster than the Tier 1 rocket. Alright, so let's just click on Mars, or click on the asteroid belt. So it does take a Tier 3 to get to the asteroid belt, so we do absolutely have to go to Mars before we can get to the asteroid belt. So let's... Mars doesn't have any moons. Well, I mean it does, but they're not in the game. Alright, so let's launch. Alright, coming in for a landing on Mars. Do I need to... Yeah, I don't really do anything for this. I just let it bounce until I stop. Oh, it's nighttime on Mars. This is not ideal.
Sounds like fun.
There was 3 creepers right where I landed there. Alright, let me get out. Okay. Oh, come on. There we go. I suppose anywhere is probably good. Maybe I should be on top of a hill. I'm not sure. Throw those down. There's kind of a tall hill right there. Probably don't want to be in the bottom of the valley for the teleporters thing. Just want to have a decent vantage point when we pop out. This little hill over here doesn't look too bad. That one's infested. Lots of nasties up here right now. Ooh. Slow moving arrows got me. Alright, I want to come down in here just a little ways and then set up. Let's see, I'm going to need the node. I'm going to need the transporters and the matter. I'm going to get that out too. The dialing device, and there's one other thing I think I need. Yeah, I need some cable. We certainly have enough of that. There we go. Cable, power. Oh, I need also this. There we go. And I'm going down under the ground here a little bit because eventually I'm going to set up all of the, there they go, that gives some power in there, all of the oxygen production underneath here. So I don't want to, let's see, we'll put this down first. We will put a, yeah, what am I trying to say? I'm going to put all the oxygen stuff down under there a little ways. Hopefully that way I can avoid the noise of it. And then, let's see, receiver can go there. The dialing device can go here. And I can go there. We're going to name this Mars. And Mars. Alright, you're good to come through, and the sun is coming up, so mob should be going away soon. And already I see some meteor right over there. I don't know if we can meteoric island from those or if we get dash. We need some dash in order to create some of the other things that we want to make. But yeah, you can come through anytime now.
I am.
And let's see here. The other things I need to do is set up the oxygen bubble. So let's get stuff out for that. We're going to get a... Okay, so what I want to do, and I want to do something similar with the whole sealable things. Even though we're not using a sealable base, I want to have a block that kind of is solid for what comes up. And go just a little ways away from this, just right over to here. You know, I probably could put these in the... No, don't want to do that, actually. Let's actually put those surface rocks back, because what I want to do is I want to come down right through here and right up out of here. Something like that. And I'll put the sealable oxygen there and the sealable power there. So then our oxygen bubble distributor will go here. Whoops, it's going to need rotated. Is that right? Yep, that is right. And then grab out my power cables, which is these are what I need on this side to connect up to the Galacticraft stuff. Also gonna need the oxygen pipes right here. There we go. And might as well just run these like so. So I can have our compressor here so we can refill our tanks when we need to. There we go. And because these are Galacticraft blocks, they only accept connections from very specific sides. So, all right, that looks good. We'll have a nice little oxygen bubble on the hill here. In a moment, we'll have to set it all up underneath. And I didn't think to bring lamps. So you don't have any lamps in here anywhere. Extra lamps. I do have a few extra lamps. That'll be good. For underground, where I'm going to build all the infrastructure that's going to support the oxygen, which is going to be, you've probably seen us do this one before. We got 8 gas burners, which is the noisy part, which is why I wanted it to go down in the ground a little bit, and electrolytic separator, a water tank, and let's see, what else do I need? I need piece of mechanical pipe and some pressure tube. Okay, that should be it. That should be it. Okay, so what I might want to do, let's see, we're going to go down 1 and let's get the laser out here. Kind of do a little tweaking to it. We want a radius of 5 probably. Don't need a depth of 8. We'll do so let's go back to doing 1 at a time. That way we can be a little bit precise. There we go. That's nice. Nice and precisely dug out. I do really like the Gecko's lasers for mining. Very useful. Do I want to go one more? I'll go one more just to get them a little bit further away. Oh, there's a little bit different dirt there. What is this? Stone? Mars stone. That's Mars subsurface. Okay. Cool. Alrighty. So this is going to get... Oxygen's going to go up that direction. So oxygen's red. Let's flip it around. There we go. Oxygen's going to go that way. Water is going to come in right here. And then we need that pipe right there. Goes in between. I need a configurator. Hopefully, I don't think this thing's probably set to... No, there we go. Fluids. Pull out. Usually this thing looks like it's got water in it. I don't know. It's weird. Okay. I was messing with my texture pack earlier, so I was checking out Star Trek texture packs. Probably why some of the water textures aren't showing up for me right at the moment. It's nice and bright under here. So let's put a light up there anyway. We're going to have... Shoot. That isn't quite going to work the way I was thinking. Let's, yeah, let's do that. Okay, and then We'll go ahead and rotate that like so. Yeah, that's perfect. And then oxygen can go this way. And this thing can sit right there. There we go. That'll feed power up to the Galacticraft machines through the sealable block. And then finally we need some gas pipes here. Basic pressure pipe, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which is going to get these guys. There's all those. And these only can take power from the slanted side there. So that's going to come around like so. And we will go ahead and let's go one more deep on that side, and we'll just wrap it around that way. Because we have a ton of this, we have a ton of this cable, so I'm not too worried about using up extra bits of it. We should connect it into that. Yeah, we should connect it to the node. There we go. And now I need to put in the additional, where'd it go? The upgrades. Go with the energy upgrades first. You want to look at that? Actually, I'll just pop up here and take a look at it. How's the bubble distributor? It says not enough oxygen. Not enough oxygen. Now, nice thing about the oxygen bubble distributor, it doesn't take nearly as much oxygen as the sealer. Bubble visible. Can we do that? Oh, okay. Maybe one green.
Yeah, you want to leave it green.
Okay, because we want to see it. I want to see it. Should have had you bring me a sound muffler to put underneath down in here.
I gotta go back to the base anyways.
That would have been good.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so there we go. All of our energy upgrades are in. Let's put in, let's see, I think 2 speed upgrades might be enough. Let's find out. Still not enough oxygen coming in. Now this is full. Okay, so we're definitely getting oxygen. It's 4 oxygen there, so we might not be getting enough with just the 2. Let's go one more. This is 8. 100. Oh, it says active. It says we're active, then we're like looks like we have just enough. Where's the? I don't see the bubble. Interesting. I probably should come over here and grab the rocket out of this. I think this has a rocket and a rocket pad and maybe some fuel in it. Yeah, there we go. Get our tier 2 rocket back and a rocket launch pad. I'm not worried about the fuel so much, I guess. I don't have an easy way to get it. I didn't bring no canisters. But this says that it's producing a bubble. Maybe we do want the red bubble? I don't know. I'm not seeing anything. It does say it's active now, though. We're not gaining any extra oxygen.
Check storage. I'm going to step away for a minute, boss. I'll be back shortly.
Okay. Well, we are about to wrap this up anyway, so I think I actually would like to have this let's get right down here, and we'll put this right there. That should eliminate all of the noise from all that stuff. Okay, and put our basic pressure pipe back. Now this side, I'm going to go ahead and set to, wait, is this the oxygen side? No. I think that's the oxygen side. Well, I can find out real quick by adding all the extra speed upgrades, because then one of these is gonna fill up. There we go, oxygen is on that side. So over here we want to go dumping the excess. We don't want to dump the excess oxygen because that's what we actually want it for. So let's go ahead and pull out some of these speeds. I'm going to stay to 4. Stick with 4. Whoa, there we go. Now bubbles. Now I can see the bubble. Now I can see the bubble. It's not nearly as big a bubble as I was thinking it was going to be. Oxygen slot, place oxygen cannons here. Okay, we don't do that. Battery slot, I don't need to worry about that. Okay, so there's our bubble. And yeah, it's not quite as big as I was hoping. Does it get bigger over time? Can't tell. Is it expanding? Don't really. Doesn't look like it. But there we go. We got a little safe place, and it extends up to about that high. That's probably really we need for this, I think. Now I can close this up. Mars surface rock. Mars subsurface rock. Mars cobble. Okay, I think Mars surface rock goes there. There we go. We're cleared up. And then I can also take a couple of these flat lamps and place them about. We'll go ahead and do that. Oh, that's good. A little bit of light around right here. So yeah, I think that's all that there is to getting our base set up for Mars, because we're not going to spend too much time up here. There's a couple of materials that we do want to collect, so we might get the digital miner up here. In fact, I should go grab that up. But the main thing is we're going to have to go find the boss and fight that and get the schematics. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll be back in a moment after we find a dungeon and we're ready to do that. Alright, well actually never mind. We are out of time for this episode. So the boss fight, the Mars boss fight, is going to have to wait till the beginning of the next episode. And hopefully at that time I will also be ready to open the portal to Hoanna. And we can go over there and see what that's all about. So do a bit more exploring next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. Be sure and leave a like, a comment, and a thumbs up if you did. And until next time, I will catch you later.